As Sri Lanka mourns the death of over 300 people in the Easter Sunday bombings, attention is turning to who might be responsible. The Islamic State says it was behind the multiple suicide blasts, although it's not offered any proof. In a separate claim, a Sri Lankan deputy government minister says Sunday's bombings were carried out in revenge for last month's attacks on 2 mosques in New Zealand. 50 people died in that attack in Christchurch. Now, Sri Lanka's Prime Minister has just been addressing the nation on the state of the investigation. Let's take a listen.
I would like to say that the investigators are making good progress in regard to identifying the culprits. But it means that we have to identify all the culprits and look at what the network is.
Let's go straight to Colombo for the very latest. I have journalist Jamila Najmuddin on the line from there. Jamila, we just heard Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has been talking to the press. What did he say about this claim from Islamic State that it was behind this attack?
When Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe was questioned about the claims made by ISIS today evening, he said that they had heard these claims, they had seen it, and they were now looking into it. But he also specifically added that there was suspicion from day number one that ISIS was behind it, but investigators were probing this link.
So is it your understanding that the attack was carried out by local radical groups identified by the authorities earlier as the National Tawheed Jama'ath, and it was masterminded from outside by so-called Islamic State?
Right now, the reports, what we are hearing is that almost all who have been arrested are Sri Lankan nationals. But unconfirmed reports tell us that there is one foreign national in Sri Lankan custody at the moment. So it looks like the attacks have been masterminded by ISIS, but it has been carried out by this local National Tawheed Jama'ath, who obviously now seem to be linked to ISIS.
Now, Jamila, the Prime Minister talked about the investigation, and he said investigations were going well. What more did he say?
Personally, I have not heard what the Prime Minister has said at the media briefing. I'm hoping to hear his recording in a short while. But I can tell you what he said in Parliament today afternoon. He said that investigations were going well. They had apprehended several suspects and several more would be apprehended in the coming days. Massive search operations were going on. And he specifically said that Sri Lanka had entered the global terror network. At that time, he did not say that this group was linked to ISIS, but after the ISIS claims now, I think the government is openly admitting that the ISIS have a hand in it.
Now, a deputy government minister, the deputy defence minister, also made some claims that this attack may have been in revenge for the Christchurch attacks where 2 mosques were targeted. What more can you tell us about this link?
Yes, the State Minister of Defence today evening in his speech in Parliament did say that initial investigations had revealed that the attacks carried out on Sunday in Sri Lanka were in retaliation to the Christchurch attacks. He, however, did not give further details on it, but he said further investigations were going on. But he did say that the international community had offered assistance to probe these explosions which took place. And the Prime Minister has so far named countries like United States, Australia, United Kingdom who have come forward to assist Sri Lanka. And we have also received reports that Interpol is going to be sending a team here. So that's the latest on that.
Right. Journalist Jamila Najmuddin in the Sri Lankan capital. Thank you very much for bringing us up to date from there.
Thank you.
Now, the country is in shock and people in Colombo have started burying their dead. Our correspondent Nimisha Jaiswal went to another part of the capital and met a small community of Christians grieving for their loved ones.
A family waiting. 49-year-old Shanti went to attend the Easter service at St. Anthony's Church. They have not heard from her since. After multiple trips to the hospital and even the mortuary, they have not found her.
She went to the church. I am sure of it. She always comes home after going to the church. But she never came back. She's still not back. We went and searched for her, but we couldn't find her. We're still searching. There's no information.
St. Anthony's was one of the 8 locations hit in the serial blasts on Sunday. All around it is a neighborhood in mourning. Residents here saw another explosion on Monday in an abandoned van. As people wait to receive the bodies of friends and loved ones, they silently contemplate their own survival, a few feet from the site of 2 blasts. As locals here prepare for funerals, they tell us that the death toll in the neighborhood could have been much higher, but for the practice that people closer to the church attend services on Saturday evening, and on Sunday morning people who live further away attend services. The blasts hit on Easter, which was a Sunday morning. This is a mixed neighborhood. People from all religions reside here. Many resident Muslims and Hindus pitch in to help. Local Christians are unable to understand the carnage.
This is new for us. Even during the time of the Tamil Tigers, we weren't targeted. Even the tsunami didn't damage this area. These attacks have shocked us. This is so sad. Today is Tuesday. We usually go to Mass, but the church is closed. As Sri Lankans, and especially residents of this neighborhood, we're very sad.
But sadness and anger have to be put on hold to bid farewell to those who were lost. Today, Colombo has come together to mourn.